Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of one Lord of the Rings draft. Let's see, Rare, Rivendell, Scry 2, activate only if you control a legendary creature. This has got to be good for the Scry archetype. Free card in the deck as well. And just pretty good in general, actually. Just a blue land that Scries 2, and you know, there's a lot of legends in this set. I think I'll give it a try, unless there's something else ridiculous in here. We've got Mouth of Sauron, which is pretty sweet, but... well, actually, you can do it to yourself, so that's pretty sweet if you have a bunch of instants and sorceries. I do like that. Oath of the Grey Host is a great card. Spits out a bunch of spirit creatures and makes your opponent lose life and stuff. This is good for the Scry deck. So green-blue, I think, is primarily where the Scry action happens. I feel like there's another color that gets Scry synergies too, though. Is it red or is it black? Maybe we'll find out. Aaron Rider, great card. Hobbit Sting, great card. Ambush is very playable. I like Quarrel's Inn, Amass, all that. Ooh, well, we got past Samwise Gamgee. That's a pretty good card for the food archetype. So, could take that. Same with Build a Pony. Same sort of thing. I don't think... This card is real good. Real good. So the fact that we got past that might be a sign that we should take it. Otherwise, in blue, we have Bewitching Leechcraft, which is playable. Birthday Escape, also playable. Captain of Umbar. None of these things really have to do with Scry. Mushroom Watchdogs is good for the food deck, the archetype. Build a Pony is great too, though. I really like this card. 2 food tokens, you get 3 if you have Samwise. But this card is just so excellent. Comes down early and then just starts spitting out a bunch of food. Hard to not take this card. All right, pick 3. What do we have now? So this card is deceptively good and obviously good for the Samwise Gamgee deck, so I could see taking that. Ring Goes South. I don't think this card's that great. You get a Ring Tempts You, and then you get a bunch of lands equal to legendary creatures you control, and you get them free lands, basically. It's not doing it for me. So probably take the Farmer. Barrow Blade is at least kind of cheap. Make things lose abilities, I guess. Playable. Not amazing. I think we'll go with the Farmer here. That's what I'm feeling, at least. Yeah, let's take the Farmer. And here's another Ring Goes South. Otherwise, we have Nimble Hobbit, which is obviously good for the food deck. Guess technically Brandywine Farmer is good for the food deck. It does spit out food after all. Although, I'd rather have the 2-drop in Nimble Hobbit, I'm pretty sure. Here's another Scry card, if you want to do more of the Rivendell path. I feel kind of okay with just taking Nimble Hobbit, I think, over Brandywine Farmer. Like I said, Farmer's not bad, but Hobbit's a mana cheaper. You get 3 toughness, and the tapping ability is pretty relevant. There is You Cannot Pass, which I guess is blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. So, yeah, if you have a legend and you block or block something, at least you can kill it for 1 mana. That is, I mean, not bad. Another Nimble Hobbit. We have Eagles of the North, though, which is pretty cool because it's got plane cycling, which is useful, and then the Enter the Battlefield ability is also useful. I like Soldier of the Grey Host. But I'd probably take Eagles of the North. Well, that's a tough one. Yeah, here's some more Scry stuff, too. This card's actually pretty good. And here's a Food Maker. So, more Scry stuff as well. I kind of am feeling Eagles of the North, even though it's not halfling and doesn't have anything to do with food, mostly because it's got plane cycling and flying, and the ability is kind of relevant, but we'll see. I feel like it might be good. To be honest, I really haven't played with or against it yet, so another Nimble Hobbit, geez. Well, there's a pretty good amount of there's a pretty good amount of blue Scry stuff in here, but we'll probably take Banish, I imagine, from Edoras. Whoops. He just dropped his pacifier. Probably take Banish from Edoras. There's Woe's Pathfinder, which technically ramps and fixes, and the ability is kind of relevant. but probably want a removal spell since we currently don't have any. I think that makes sense. So we'll take Vanish. Second Breakfast is a combat trick. That also makes food token. Does sort of make sense. Another one of these Horses of the Bruinen. Otherwise, we could take the flyer in Soldiers of the Grey Host. I like Soldier, I think, more than Second Breakfast, even though it doesn't make food, mostly because it's got Flash, so it can Flash block for toughness, kill it. It also can buff something else, and you get a 2/2 flyer out of the deal, so Soldier of the Grey Host is actually pretty good. Okay, so we do have some, I guess, elves in here. This is for the Scry deck, so is this. Could just take the Basin. There is Mortar Trebuchet, which is a good card for the Amassed and Goblin deck. I actually like this card. But we'll probably take, I guess, the Basin. I mean, Power X. So even with our Nimble Hobbits, it's basically 1 mana to buff it to a 2/4. I don't know. I don't know how playable it actually is, but we'll think about it. So Shire Terrace gives us some fixing. I actually like Escape from Orthanc. This is a pretty good combat trick. 1 mana, it buffs it, it gains flying, and you get to untap it. You get a lot for that. Or we could take the Dauntless Rescuer. We're not scrying so much in this deck, though. In fact, we have 1 green card currently. That's a little worrisome. I think I'm going to take the Shire Terrace in case we end up 3 color, but I could see taking Escape there because I think that card's good. So I could take the Watchdog. It's more food synergy. I guess it sort of makes sense. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Let's see. Well, Ringo South, I don't really want it. I could take Great Hall of the Citadel to splash Legends. I just don't need the Ringo South, and I don't really need a Barrow Blade, so I guess I could take this, maybe. We don't have that many Legends yet, but alright. At least it's refreshing to see some actual green cards here. Enraged Huorn, probably playable. This makes food, which is not bad, but I guess I'll go with the Huorn. Because we could use a little bit of top end, get a revive anyway, so it worked out. Alright, well, we're getting last pick green cards that are playable. I mean, that's a combat trick that's also a reasonable... Yeah, you get to untap. I mean, it's actually a pretty decent combat trick, I would say. Marshall Vrohan, untap. Okay, that's cool. I haven't seen that one. You get additional... That's nice. Myriadic? I should probably know how to pronounce these cards. There is Old Man Willow, which is actually a really good card. Could potentially be worth the splash. Comes in, it's huge, and it kills things. You can sack... I had overlooked that you can sack a creature or a token, so that's nice. Technically, you can cast it off Great Hall. You can find the black with Shire Terrace. Reasonable argument there. How many halflings do we have? We have 3 halflings already. It does generate off itself, but it is just a 2/2. I'm thinking about taking Old Man Willow here. That's a pretty... I mean, this is cheap and it's a cool ability, but Old Man Willow, I want some beefy dudes here. Shire Sheriff is a great card. You sack a food token, you get to exile something with a 2 mana, 2/2 vigilance too. It's really nice. Spider is totally playable. I guess Esquire is too. Shortcut to Mushrooms. Probably playable, though those kind of enchantments can be tough. But this kind of seems like an easy Shire Sheriff. Whoa, what do we got here? Tree folk you control at vigilance. Whenever 1 or more tree folk you control attack, add twice that much green. You don't... Well, actually, it's not as good as I expected it to be from looking at it right away. Here we probably take another farmer since we're going for food and we want a bunch of food makers. 7 mana, 4/10 with a weird ability is not quite what I'm looking for. Strider. Okay. Gift of Strands. Technically playable, more for the Scry deck. I could see Rangers being decent too, but we'll take the Farmer. Let's go for some food synergies. Alright, this is more for the Scry deck too. So is this. There's another Nimble Hobbit. Now for Wrath, now for Ruin, a little team pump. We don't really have... I mean, I guess this generates itself, so it's really not bad. Because how many elves do we have? I guess we don't have any. What am I taking instead, though? A Nimble Hobbit? Not terribly exciting. They seem to have been wheeling. Otherwise, another Eagles in the North for more plane cycling, I guess, is an option. Could probably play less lands. I'll probably take another Eagles. This might be wrong, but I have a feeling the cycling is quite good. Well, we lucked out and got another Peregrine Took here. This is a great card. You basically go Samwise Gamgee and a Peregrine Took, like we did in the last draft, and you really just go off. So I like that. We'll take that. It's a pretty easy pick for us, too. This Guardian's not a bad card, but easy Took. Whenever you draw your... So this is more for draw card synergies. Could take another Banish from Aderos. I'm kind of fine with that. Not a great removal spell, but certainly playable. Otherwise, Pippin's Bravery, but I guess I'd rather have Exile effects. Legolas. Yeah, we could have had a pretty sweet little scry deck, I suppose. Target creature control gains indestructible. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Give lifelink. It seems kind of expensive. I mean, you get a creature that has indestructible for 3 turns, but for some reason, it doesn't quite seem worth it to me. I'm going to take the Pathfinder, which also fixes for Old Man Willow. And is something to do in the late game. I don't think we need Rivendell. So I could splash for Legolas. There's another Nimble Hobbit. Spider. Maybe just take In's Fury, get some removal here. We don't have the best bodies in the world for it, but we probably take it anyway. Couldn't hurt to have a fight spell, I imagine. So we're looking decent. I do think the Old Man Willow splash looks easy enough. Was it worth it taking it over the little food generating 2-drop halfling? My issue with that card is you have to attack. Well, we got her back anyway. We're going to take her now. So I mean, it's cool. And we certainly have enough hobbits, I'm sure. 6 halflings, yeah. And like I said, it generates off itself, so it's totally fine in that regard. I think it seems like an easy pick. So we're already close to a deck, and we're only 2 packs in. And we've got a good little food plan going. So we can take Pippin's Bravery now. I suppose we do, unless I want to play Shire's Scarecrow. Blocker that kind of fixes, but yeah, we'd probably play Bravery. Gift of Strands versus Rangers. So I can get Ring Bearer stuff. You know what? Maybe I give it a try. At worst, it's a 4-mana 4/4. That's not bad. We'll take the Wise now. All right, well, green seems open this direction. Certainly didn't seem open pack 1. I kind of feel like we won't need Revive the Shire, even though it does technically make food, which is good. I don't know if we're going to need Pippin's Bravery. I'm not in love with this card, but it does give you some reasonable food synergies. So Slip on the Ring versus the Guardian. We have 16 creatures already. I'll take Slip on the Ring. It's good against certain decks, certain high removal decks. Plus, you get into the battlefield effects again, although I guess it can trigger Samwise Gamgee again if you do it on something else while Samwise is out. That's true. I don't know if we're going to need the Introut Basin or if we're going to need 2 Great Halls of the Citadel. Ooh, what do you do? 6 mana, 8/8, Death Touch, Ward 2. Other spiders you can drop Death Touch and Ward 2. Whenever another creature dealt damage is turned by a spider you control dies, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a food artifact with... Wow. And it loses all their card types. So it just becomes a food with the name. That's synergistic, or flavorfully amazing. If we're already splashing black, I think we take a 6 mana 8/8 Death Touch Ward 2. Because that's pretty good. Yeah. Do we have any other spiders? I don't think we do. We passed all the other little ones. But that's okay. I'm happy to get Shelob here. It's a pretty sweet card. I'll have to count how many legends we have. We may not... Well, we have a decent amount, actually. And we have Pathfinder, so we have the means to splash. The Shire. Yeah, we want this for sure. We're a food deck. Another Old Man Willow would be nice. In's Fury. obviously would be good, but we got to take the Shire here. This is just what the doctor ordered. Little food creator. Doesn't take up a slot in the deck. What more can you ask for? I'm not sure what to cut right now. I'll have to figure that out. Because we got some goodies in here. I kind of want to try out the bow, but maybe it's not worth it. Storm of Saruman. Cool card, but obviously not what we're looking for here. Nasty End. So this is more for sacking. Stalwarts. We're not drawing multiple cards a turn. We probably just take another Pathfinder. I'm not in love with it, but we're actually looking a little top heavy now, so maybe more ways to splash black and get to our 4 and 5, 6 drops makes sense. You know, we could end up playing another 16 land deck if we play the Eagles of the North, just because it's like running extra lands, sort of. We'll see. I don't think we're going to play Slip on the Ring. I don't think we're doing Pippin's Bravery, even though we, you know, have a lot of means to do it. This is more food. With Scry and stuff. Fog and the Barrow Downs, though, is pretty good removal. So is Ents Fury, but I kind of feel like Fog might be better. It's not good against, like, a deck that can sacrifice stuff, but we'll take it. Strider, another chance to splash that if I really want. Maybe we take the Ents Fury now. Otherwise, we could take Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin, or Team Buff. Maybe we'll just take Ents Fury. I mean, we have some 4-power things. And it's still playable beyond having 4-power dudes, too. Just clearly better when you do have 4-power dudes. So, yeah. A lot of good playables in here. Long list of the Ents. I mean, we probably have a decent amount of... Yeah, we actually have a pretty decent amount of creature types, but Landreval is great, too. Fly right over top with some dudes. It's also a legend. Yeah, and just give things flying. So it and something else attacks, and you just... It's so good. Yeah. Great card. We got birds. We're just playing a bird deck now. I think we can get rid of the In-Drought Basin. Cute card. Don't need it, though. There's a Lookout. Probably take another Soldier. Just get more flyers, I'm guessing. Unless I want to splash this legend. I don't think I do, though. I don't need another Enraged Yorn. I'm not even sure if we're playing the first one now because we probably have enough top end without it. Might be. We'll see. We will see. Sharky. Technically, I could splash this. Activated abilities of lands your opponent's control. Okay, so that doesn't really matter. Turns off non-basic lands. Don't really need that. There's some really weird cards in this set. It seems like there's a lot of legends that aren't super useful. To be honest, I'm kind of happier with that than the last set where there's way too many good cards. Do I have 3 soldiers? For the Grey Host? I don't mind having 3 of these. They're strong. Having a bunch of flyers and green and white's not bad either. Probably take another Shire Terrace just because it's easy enough to play. Patrol, I guess. Probably not splashing it. This is food, so I guess it technically works for the deck. Although, do I want it? Probably not. Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin is actually playable. I just don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna do it there. And then last pick, probably playable card. Is it good enough to make the deck? We'll find out. I mean, we want to be food, so we'll see. We got to make some serious cuts here, though. So if we want to go for food synergies, we're gonna have to find some real cuts here. I'm thinking about dumping this because it's 5 mana 4/5 trample, which isn't bad, but for what we're trying to do, it's probably not the key to this deck succeeding. I might play 16 lands because these have plane cycling and we have 2 Woes Pathfinders. So we're kind of good on that front already. Do I want to play Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin? I don't know. What do I have for... Oh, we could cut 5 creatures easily. So what's the weakest 5 creatures we have here? I'm not 100% sure. I gotta look. Let's see. Weakest 5 creatures we have. Probably the farmer, even though it's food related. Probably, could actually be Nimble Hobbit. Yeah, I don't love that card anyway. I don't know if I need 3 Soldiers of the Grey Host, but then again, I don't really need Celeborn the Wise. It is cool that when it attacks, because we only have what? Probably 2 elves? Not even. 1 elf, yeah. So I think we'll cut Celeborn, even though it's a cool legend. And you know, it scries and all that. I don't know if I need the Ranger either. The Ring Timsy was never bad, but I think I'd rather just have like flyers that are combat tricks, a little more versatility here. Sure, I mean, it works better with Insfury, but it's not a big deal. And then we can just cut 1 more creature and call it a deck. Or 13, 14, 15, 16. So we do have 17 lands. I think I can technically run 16 lands. We do have 3 6-drops, but like I said, these are plane cyclers. So I can even go down 1 plains. And do I need 2 swamps? Probably not. With 2 Shire Terrace, 1 swamp, plus 2 Pathfinders, and Great Hall of the Citadel to splash our black legends. What are our other and Lundra? So it can still pay for in any combination of colors. Spin this mana only. So it can still cast Landruval. Gamgee. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can cast 5 spells in the deck. But it does specifically sort of splash our... I could see it being worth it. What's our color distribution here? More white than green. It says we have 39 right now. I mean, I could run 17 lands too. I'm just thinking with the woes. Well, these want a bunch of mana. I guess we could run 17 lands. 7, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait. 6, 7. 7 plus 5, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh. Well, this is only 16 and it's a deck. Oh, I see. I dropped a plains because I might... No, I dropped a swamp because I wanted to put it somewhere else. But do I actually want to put it in the forest because we have 2 plain cyclers? Yeah, that might actually make sense. And the reason is because the Pathfinder requires green to fix for our other colors. I think I'm okay with it. It's an interesting deck. We have enough creatures. Removal-wise, we have 2 Ensfuries. I feel like we have a ton of removal, but for some reason, we still have a ton of creatures too. Because we have 2 Ensfury, Galadrim Bow, which is totally fine. It gives reach, it untaps, and it buffs. Fog in the Barrow Downs is removal, so we're already up to like 4 removal spells. Plus 2 Banish. So we have 6. Plus Sheriff, that's 7. And then a little buff spell that hopefully is good enough. We'll see. Interesting little deck here. All right. Well, I guess we'll run it like this and see you round 1. All right. We're in game 1. Oh, that's a keep. That is a keep. So we get turn 2 Gamgee. And Shire Sheriff can come in and kill something too, so that's nice. We just can't do the Shire Terrace on turn 1 and still do Gamgee turn 2, but no big deal. Oh. Well, that's cool. Let's do Gamgee first. Then we can decide whether we want to do Brandybuck. We probably do Brandybuck anyway. Yeah, and then we spit out a bunch of food, huh? That's a lot of food. Alright. So we attack here. And we do the soldier. And then we just got a grip full of removal. This is a pretty slick hand. What do you do? Whenever you cast an instant or source spell, you may tap or untap 3 damage to each opponent. Copy target instant spells or put it on top of its owner's library. Well, that's cool. I think I'm just going to eat it. Because we... get just a boatload of goodies for it, so... Still have lethal, technically. Let's see, if they use a kill spell, we're still kind of okay, actually. They get Gandalf back, but then we can, I guess, either banish it or... I'd rather banish it. So we'll do Great Hall, and we'll banish it. So 2 life, we still have another removal spell, we have 3 lethal creatures. Okay, gives them another blocker. Maybe helps them find a way out of this. Attacking. It's kind of bold. I guess if you don't have the way to live, then you kind of have to. Alright, so it doesn't get them out of this, unfortunately for them, because we have a flyer. Alright, we'll see you for the next one. Alright, we're in game 2. We'll keep this. So, do we do the Pathfinder or the Farmer? Or the Pathfinder or the Meriadric? I mean, you want this down as early as possible to make some food, especially when you have a Farmer in hand, but... at the same time, especially if we're potentially mana starved, I feel like the Pathfinder's a little more important. Yeah, because at least then we can get a bunch of creatures out and build towards this now for Wrath, now for Ruin plan, so that's good. Oh, 2 can play at this game, huh? Well... So actually, if I go Brandy Buck, then I can do this untapped, right? So we'll do this. Then the Shire, then a Pathfinder. So now we're looking pretty good. We have 5 mana. So we can get Landroval back. Which is cool. Sure. Well, there's a little board wipe for you. Alright. So we'll go Shire Terrace, which I guess we can get our white mana now. And our black. Alright, so we'll get a white mana here. And we'll get a black mana. Alright, there's our 5th land, so now we can at least get Landroval, I guess, and get a 3/4. I guess plan now is, I don't know, hopefully draw some gas, I guess. Oh, they're going to fight our Landroval? Sad. Oh, geez, they have a combat trick, too? Well, I don't have any luxuries to not block there. Huh. They were just throwing that away? They must have removal, right? Alright, well, Int's Fury. So, I guess that does work. So I can go this. Plus this. Right there. Oh, I should have attacked first. That's alright. So we still have the Shire. Uh-oh. Could be worse. Ah, well, lost my last, oh wait, what am I talking about? Got it right here, I guess. I wonder if I actually want to wait. As crazy as that sounds, I don't know if I just want to take out some 1/1s. We're kind of stabilized right now, so I'd rather, I know it seems crazy, but I think we actually keep this Shire Sheriff in our back pocket until they draw some big dude. Just for the fighting, huh? All right. Sure. I mean, they already used a Bog of the Barrow Downs on that too, so that's fine. So now we cannot cash out our food. If you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, draw 2 cards instead. If you would gain life while you have 5 or less life, you gain twice. So, wow. That's pretty good for him here. I guess we have no choice but to bust out the Sheriff. Not what I want to do, but with nothing on board, we're not going to be able to keep up. So, unfortunately, I think this turn is where they're going to play the big dude, but I still feel like we probably should just do it. Okay, at least it's not a big dude. I feel a little less bad. Vile Gladriel sure looks good there. Sheesh. So they can't use this because they just played it. It's got Summoning Sickness, so that's good. Well, that's nice. We can save that. So they don't have the mana to use the Pathfinder, and they can't use the Esquire or the King because they're currently... Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I found my Fog on the Barrow Downs target. Oh. Can only activate as a sorcery, huh? I guess you can attack. Hmm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Surprisingly, I think the game was over from Fear Fire Foes, but good to remember. Well, I don't know if you really need to remember to know that this card's amazing. Pretty amazing card. It's just an uncommon too, is that right? Wow. And limited, I mean, that's rare quality limited right there. Oh, I guess I should have used the Shire, but I don't know if it actually matters here. I mean, I should just concede and save my time, but I'm trying to get better about playing things out and going for that 1% chance my opponent forgets about something. I think we got to block the Guardian, even though he accidentally attacked with the Esquire. I mean, it really doesn't matter because they have the Pathfinder anyway, but so, whatever. Just get some practice doing things. All right. We'll see you for the next one. All right. This is a good hand. We need to go to the Shire, into Mariatic, into East Farthing Farmer. Potentially into Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin. Not bad. Boromir. 3 mana, 3/3 Vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with no mana was spent to cast it, counter it. Sacrifice it, creatures you control gain indestructible. That's pretty good. You know, Mariatic into Farmer is pretty good, actually. So what's kind of cool is even if they don't block, they did, which is great for us, obviously, but even if they didn't, this would have untapped on defense, which is kind of insane. So I kind of like that bow. So they can sack it and get a Ring Tempts You. They should have just sacked it and got the Ring Tempts You effect. That was a mistake. Okay, a second one. That's kind of funny, actually. That's a little bit funny. All right, so we'll do a Farmer now. And buff our dude and get in there. See, ready to fight? Makes sense. I should have attacked first. I mean, yeah. Sure. All right. All right. So, options. This equips for 2. We can get a plains from this, which I think we will do. And then I guess we can fog on the Barrow Downs, the Boromir, but then they can make their stuff indestructible at will. I don't love that. So I can't play a farmer. It feels like a waste, though. I might just take 3 damage. Set up for a Soldier of the Grey Host, I guess. Not my favorite play, but... I really don't like fogging that, though. It doesn't seem great to me. And if I had an extra mana, I could actually go Farmer plus In's Fury and kill something. But instead, I think we're going for the... I think we're going to stick with the Soldier of the Grey Host plan here. I wonder if that means I have to trade. I think we will. It's just, I don't think we can win this race anymore. We might be able to. I don't feel like we necessarily can. Sure. All right. All right. Kind of needed a land there. So I guess we can do the Pathfinder and then we can equip the bow. Or I can sack a food, but I think we'll go like this. All right, got our 5th land. So technically we have 6 lands now. So what do we want to do with 6 lands? I guess we just want to try and kill both their guys. Make them play the farmer. We probably just need to kill both their dudes, I'm guessing. It's not quite as good as you'd want it to be because they get that sack effect still, but I don't know. Kind of in a tricky situation where we have to do it, I feel like. I mean, I could have just taken another 3 damage, I guess, but I didn't love it. So I guess we'll go for it here. Yeah, so they get to sack Boromir. Just kind of a bummer, but I don't know what to do about it. So I guess I maybe should have just taken the damage. It's probably true. Can't even double block and kill it. And it's Xaxis lethal? Bummer. Because it becomes a legend too. Oh, because it's the ring bear. I'm like, how did that happen? But now it makes sense. We just got whooped up on here. Pretty awkward hand. 3/4 drops while we've been kind of mana starved this game. So I think the play... we could use the Shire, but I think we need to soldier the Grey Host more, so... sack that. Play this. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so I do Watchdog, I sack 2 food to it. And then keep 1 food up to sacrifice. Or was I supposed to equip the bow? I'm not sure. So I actually can't block the lookout because it's the ring bearer. So I think they just get me on every single front here. And I can't sack that food to the Watchdog because it's sorcery speed only. So I lose both my guys and take a boatload of damage here. So can't block there. Yeah. Only play I have to stay alive. Bummer. All right, let's see you for the next one. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's a good keep. We got the Pathfinder, potentially into a Soldier of the Grey Host. A little Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin, a removal, fixing for our white or black mana. It's a cool looking land. All right. So even if we don't rip a land, we're at took mana, so that's cool. So we're at 4 mana now. But I think we still do the took so we can maximize this Soldier of the Grey Host value. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Activate equip abilities anytime you can cast an instant, and the first time each turn you can do it for free. So it kind of lets you just move equipment around, which is pretty slick actually. All right. So we're at 5 now. I think we just drop the big dude. It's an unexpected play there. The pre-combat. All right. So we have Eagles of the North mana. Currently we have 5 mana. If I do this, we'd still have 5 mana, but an extra mana out. I don't know if I necessarily need that. So instead, we can attack with Landreval and Peregrine Took, and then do our own Soldiers of the Grey Host, and then set up for a Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin. So I can cycle this. I'm also a mana away from casting it, which is kind of good. Equipped creature is +3/+1. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create 2 tapped spirit creature tokens with flying. If that creature is legendary, instead create 2. Wow. It's a sweet card. And they can equip it for free. It's kind of cool. Rare into mythic that kind of like synergistically work well together. Is it each turn? No, it's only your turn. Okay. I think I will actually cycle the Eagles of the North. I know you're wondering why, but basically it's because then I can actually do both of these in the same turn, which I think is pretty important right now. It like kind of guarantees I can do both of these in the same turn. So I would have been able to do it anyway, but whatever. So we go now for Wrath, now for Ruin to get the Vigilance. How close to lethal am I? I gotta look. Guess it doesn't matter. That's 4, 7, 10, 12. So I have lethal right now. But I think we just Ents Fury the Protector of Gondor, and that still kind of forces him to block. But actually, that's not a good idea, because then they can trade the Soldier for the Lander of All. I see. But I have Vigilance, so why don't I attack with everything and then do Ents Fury post-combat? I think that's the play. Doesn't matter. So they do have to block. Oh, bummer. Huh. So I guess I still use... Yeah, that's a tough spot now. Do I still use Ents Fury on their one flyer, maybe? Probably, I guess. Well, they have more than one flyer, though. Ugh. Yeah. I mean, I could trade my Pathfinder Protector, but they just get to move the equipment around, so I feel like it doesn't really matter. I'd probably just rather keep the creature, I guess. So, I suppose I double block. I mean, the problem is I can take this, I can smash back. But they can re-equip for free anyway, can't they? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're just in a bad situation. I mean, it's cool, but... I mean, we're gonna lose to a mythic equipment. This card is so unbelievably strong. Not even threatening lethal here. Disgraceful. Well, I thought our deck looked good, but then again, we never played any of our black splash cards. Those would have been pretty helpful, I feel like. Lost against mono white, too. Oof. Guys, I'm hurting inside. How painful. Well, I shouldn't really think of it as losing against mono white. Really, I'm losing against a mythic equipment that's pretty gosh darn strong. Just makes... This is the first time I'm seeing it, too. Just makes more evasive creatures to equip equipment onto. That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. Oh, sad. Oh, how sad. All right, ended up going 1-3. Not so good. We'll do a pack one, pick one here. All right. Wait, why were these attacking? Don't they just enter tapped? Or is this whole time they entered tapped and attacking? Whoa. Anybody else notice that? Is that some glitch? 5, 7, 9. He attacked. These come in. Why were they attacking? That's weird. All right, let's do a pack one, pick one. So pretty poor performance from our deck. All right, let's see what our pity pack gives us. All right, Soren's Ransom. 3 mana, choose an opponent. They look at the top 4 of your library, separate them and face down. Put 1 pound in your hand, other into your graveyard. Oh, so you choose between a face up or a face up, and then the ring tempts you. All right, it's instant speed. It's cool enough. You get cards out of it. At the very least, you're getting 2 cards out of it. So 3 mana instant speed, get 2 cards is pretty good. Plus a ring tempts you. Definitely worth picking. Otherwise, I mean, this card is strong. 6 mana, 6 power, can't be blocked except by 3 or more. That's a lot of blockers. Swift Savior. I guess if you have a ton of Enter the Battlefield effects with your creatures, it's good. You have to deal damage too. Just a weird card. It is a 4 mana 3/3 flyer, so it's not like it's the worst either on that front. Legolas, whenever you scry, if it's killed, is tapped rather, untap it, and then whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. All right, that's cool. So you find a way to scry and untap it, and then kill something, and well, I mean, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a counter on it. It's pretty strong actually. Just kill your opponent's stuff, and it just grows. It's got reach too. It's pretty good. Escape from More Think is great. All right, and I guess we had another pack from somewhere. So pack one, pick one here. Can't be countered. Draw cards equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. That's too much of a build around for how much it costs. That'd be a disappointing mythic to open. Claim the Precious is pretty good removal. Denethor's cool too. I do like that kind of is like, it's a little engine. It's a nice little engine. But I'd probably go Claim the Precious. Just get mono color removal with good upside. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.